What's going on, guys? It's Weather with Jonathan here, and I'm back with another video. In this video, we're going to be talking about the potential for a massive Arctic outbreak and the potential for a massive severe weather outbreak. I'm going to be going over all of this in your forecast. So starting off with our Storm Prediction Center risk, we have an enhanced risk for portions of eastern Tennessee, southwestern North Carolina, northwestern South Carolina, northern Georgia, and that is all it includes. The slight risk you see is in the yellow. It affects southeastern Indiana, southern Ohio, western West Virginia, western North Carolina, northwestern South Carolina, central to northern Georgia, and northeastern Alabama, and eastern Kentucky. Now, today we've got some big things to talk about. And it's not just the severe weather today. After all, we did have 166 storm reports. That is a lot. But this is what we need to talk about real quick. So you see our temperatures, right? They're actually going to be pretty warm, actually, for much of the U.S. You can see temperatures close to 90 degrees in Florida. That is also going to lead to some fire conditions. We have an elevated risk for Florida, southern Texas, and not the panhandle of Texas, the Big Bend area of Texas. But temperatures are going to be starting to warm up in the West Coast, and that's going to continue throughout March. And this, you see these temperatures, it's going to be warming up 40 degrees in Minnesota. That's pretty decently warm. But that's not what we're really going to be the main focus in this video. So you can see we had those snow showers continuing throughout the Northeast. And then if I put this out further, Portland, Oregon, some snow, Minneapolis, some snow, Rapid City, some snow, and then we have this storm that I am very concerned about because it's going to lead to a cold Arctic air blast. Now, I know it's showing that warm air, that's actually cold air, and then it's showing a potential historic snowstorm actually in the almost the deep south. So we have got to watch this very closely. So if you take a look at our NAM model today, can see this is our significant tornado parameter for severe weather. Some very high significant tornado parameters. We could see some tornadoes in Georgia back up through Kentucky. Now, this is what our NAM 3-kilometer model is showing in terms of severe weather. So you can see right about 7 p.m. this will really start to move out, and then those will just completely dissipate by midnight in South Carolina, North Carolina, and those areas. So it's gonna actually be very snowy in the northern part of the United States, and I can show you that. But yeah, so I want to tell you this, you guys, because you guys are gonna be mind blown. But look at what they're showing. If I click North Central, this will bring up North South in North and South Dakota, Minnesota, Nebraska, and maybe even Iowa. Look at the max on my cursor. Look, my cursor down here. It says max 93 inches, and that is actually located right where my cursor is, right here. So they are going to be getting a lot of snow, you guys. Like, if you guys live in anywhere, even I don't even care where you live in South Dakota, but no matter if this changes tomorrow, I don't care because you guys are going to get some snowstorms. And this is our snowstorm in the south that could potentially jump up to a foot of snow. Then that snow is going to be fairly decent in the West Coast. Some cities like Portland, Oregon, Salem, Olympic, Seattle, Eugene, Oregon. You guys can see upwards of about 3 inches by March 19th. Now, our severe weather is the main focus of our video because look at what's going to be happening. This is the 11th. You can see we have a lot of CAPE to work with, upwards of 2,000 joules. And guess what? This is what it's showing for another day. It's showing max 3,000 joules, so that's a lot. And yep. So, I'll show you our dew points for it, and it's gonna be wild because, yeah. But this is actually going to lead to a very cold Arctic air blast, and I am going to be showing you that in just a second. So you can see it really wraps around in that cold air, and then that's our dew points. So we could see definitely some cold temperatures still. And then these are our temperatures. Now watch this, you guys. If I pull this out, it's going to lead to a cold pattern, and then watch this Arctic air blast make its way through. That could bring temperatures below zero all the way into northern Illinois, possibly. So you guys got to be watching for that. Now that warm blast is actually going to more likely stop on the East Coast, and it's really wanting to shift towards the West Coast because that high pressure ridge is starting to shift a little bit more north, so it's allowing some of the moisture and the warm air to seep up into California, Washington, Oregon. So you guys could be seeing a relief from that cold weather. Now, I want to show you our temperature anomaly because that's what's really driving this thing crazy. Look at this. Watch. That cold air is going to be just below, like, it's going to be 30 to 50 degrees below average. So yeah, so it's going to be very, very cold, and it's actually going to really start warming up in the West Coast. Can see a couple above average in the West Coast, and that's what's really driving this thing crazy. So I want to return back to our wind shear for our storm that's going to be coming. Wind shear of about 70 knots, so that's going to lead to definitely some very strong tornadoes possible. And then today we actually had that enhanced risk for what I just told you. We used to have a 10% chance of a tornado that got downgraded to a 5%. And then I am not surprised they went with a 30% wind risk. And then they did issue a 5% hail risk for anywhere in the orange risk I'm about to show you. So general thunderstorm is the light green. Marginal risk of severe weather is dark green. Slight risk is yellow, and enhanced risk is orange. So I hope you guys enjoyed that video. Consider subscribing, liking, and sharing this video with your family and friends. Thank you for all the support. I'll see you